Hey, just wanted to jump on and give you an update. I just got off of a call, with a coaching call with a client, and just fired up. Just fired up. One of our goals, one of the vision that we created um, of how things would look were to take about a $20,000 debt that on their own would have been an 18 months time frame to work through that. And the reason that came up was we were talking about what would a thrilling life look like, what would it feel like, and part of it was they want to have children. And so it being in a small 1-bedroom apartment, there really isn't space to grow into that space on their own. So one of the hurdles to that, what they want is getting through this debt, right? So again, that was one of the points of their vision that we were going to discuss, or that we are tackling together. Started last month in August, and here we are, less than a month later, 3 coaching sessions in, and the debt has been cut in half. They're down to 10,000, and so the timeline now on his own, well, with coaching stuff, is the timeline to pay it off is about 8 months. And so we celebrated that. They celebrated it as well, this couple. And so we said, hey, we can sit back and we can, pay it off in 8 months, do that thing, or we can really press in. And they had a big breakthrough, one that came through that was able to help a lot of that out. So now it's like, okay, what would be thrilling now? What's impossible on your own now? And he came to 4 months. To have everything paid off in 4 months would be impossible. So we kind of reset, like, all right, cool. And we looked at time, habits, space, and within that he's coming up with a new plan this week after our coaching call of, all right, how are we going to get this paid off in 3 to 4 months? I personally think, and he's not on here, I personally think that we're going to get it done in less than that. But the plan is to take this extra time that he has now, because of things that he decided he wants to cut back on in his personal life, and created space, 9 hours of space a week that are going towards his wife, towards his marriage, towards all these things. And now we're looking at, okay, what's this side hustle that you're doing? How can we lean into that? How do we make a plan? So he's coming up with the plan, and we're going to implement that this week. And so anyways, just wanted to share. Haven't been too vocal about it. My head's been down and been focused. A lot of life changes. Haven't been very active on here as far as posting things. But yeah, got married back in April. I'm living in Georgia, married to just the most incredible woman I've ever met. It's just been such a blessing. And we're working together. We're building this business as an executive coach. Sounds like a bunch of things, but it is. It depends on where I'm meeting the clients, where I'm, what space they're in. But essentially, it's clarifying and creating a vision for your life. Vision meaning a glimpse of the future that incites passion. That's the definition that I'm going to use in this space. But either clarifying a vision, creating one, or sometimes people have a vision, they don't know how to get there. So as a coach, I'm doing many of those things. And then once you have a clear vision, which is why I do a free vision call in the beginning, just to serve that client in that hour or hour and a half, depending on how long the space it is, to come up with that, to clarify it, to make it specific, something that you'd be fired up about. And then working together to get there. There's all kinds of things that get in our own way, based off of old mindsets and a lot of the language we're using, and the assumption is that we're capable of way more than what we understand. And so having a coach is, again, clarifying, pulling out the vision, having that space for that, and then walking through in accountability and in curiosity to reach that vision. So a lot of you, this is becoming a long video, but I love working one-on-one with people. I've done it for 7 years out of the last 10 or 11. A lot of in the medical space, around a cosmetic procedure, around hair loss, and a massive decision where really people they couldn't go out and talk about it, or they didn't feel like they could, or it was just a really big, deep thing, and I was able to hold space within that. And what I learned was there was a set series of questions that you asked people, right? But over time I learned, man, I really want to make sure that they're clear at exactly what they want, and try to refine that down and ask better questions, ask deeper questions, ask the why questions behind it, so that I could serve that patient at that time, or now serve my clients in a way where it's like asking the questions that no one else is asking them. And that comes with curiosity, and is who I am. I just love people. And so I'm thankful for the space that I'm walking in now, again, as an executive coach, and being able to stand with people, give them, I keep using the word, but giving them space to just be, and to be curious about their future, be curious about their present, about what's happening right now, and really, like, what kind of life do you want to live? What would be thrilling to you? What are those closet dreams, those passions that just haven't quite walked out, or haven't given the time to and space to consider? So that's what I'm doing. I feel like I need to say something like, my name is Ray Nahara, and I approve this message. But I love you. If you're interested in any of that, thanks for sticking around. Send me a DM about, setting up a free vision call. And again, it's just an hour-long call to be able to explore, and just for me to serve you, and see if there's a vision that both of us are excited to work towards making happen. All right? Love you guys.